So, I'm just going to move you there for now, just so you're on the edge. I can't remember where the airport is. I have been here, but I can't remember where the airport is. It's not that important. What is important is that you are sent to a safe house, which is an undisclosed location, obviously. So it's not important on the map right now. I will actually... I just check that, but we took the one straight away because you are in a safe house.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very fancy.
And you can feel free to drag yourself out if you want. Here you meet one other agent who sadly does not have a token. Token. No. But you meet dash screen. You meet this guy who you've also met before. Actually, he would have met you at the airport.
Diego!
Now that I think about it, because
Yeah.
called to be guided. He would have met you at the airport and driven you here.
Hey!
Diego!
Diego! Hello! Pleasure to meet you again.
Likewise. So, you've been assigned to this as well? Munich? How exciting.
We have been here for 2 weeks. We were called
Or you
to...
cut out. How long did you say?
Didn't we just hang out with them yesterday?
Not him.
No.
But the other from the other group, I think.
No, yeah. Like, yeah, you're right. I don't
Did you
know.
forget?
Yeah.
Do an insight check. Who is this imposter?
Yeah. We literally talked to him yesterday.
Okay. Retcon. They've been assigned to this for 2 weeks. But they left earlier in the week. So they were at HQ. And he was on the plane with you. He took you here.
Okay.
And showing you their safe house. So that's the retcon. Yes, I completely forgot. Time. I'm so
Nice.
used to season 1 where time is real time.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, I need to... Why can't I just right-click on the date? Okay. Never mind. I need to change the in-game calendar. But... The, yeah. He took you here from London. And says... So we can retcon any dialogues we want, but here at least he says that he will be having a rest before he heads off to meet again.
Okay. I start asking him questions about how the mission has been going so far. If there's anything like that's been weird.
Kind of boring. Moriku believes there is something special about the young lady. Mikal, who swears he's someone stalking her, but me and Silver, we haven't seen anything. She's a normal teenager. I mean, we were here for 2 weeks before we left, and nothing happened out of the ordinary. I think Mikal and Moriku are just paranoid.
I also ask for just basically basic schedule she's been doing, because if she's a university student,
Yeah.
she probably has classes to go to, and they have some like just information he already would have about her, so that we can more easily prep.
He over on the right side of the safe house there is drawers and stuff, and he goes and gives you that. It is written in code, but he obviously tells you the key and how to decipher it. and it is you have her schedule. She is a student who frequents. She goes to the Munich University of Art, and seems to be a like she's just studying art in general. So everything from painting, sculpting, fine art, all that kind of stuff. But it's she also does attend some classes for language. She is of Italian descent and fluent in English and also studying German. Her schedule is pretty normal. She is a what you would call like a ideal student. She doesn't go out partying. She spends her time studying. She does go from the reports he gives you. She does go out to parties every now and then, but she's not the kind of student that goes drinking every weekend. She keeps it to the parties which are worth it.
Okay.
She has like all her personal info and stuff you don't have access to. You're just observing, of course. But from what they can tell, she has good grades, generally liked by her classmates, and there hasn't been a report of any sightings of her having like any fights or disagreements at school. Obviously, at university level, there's not like playground fights. It's a university, but there hasn't been like any arguments or that reported.
What was her major?
Art.
Art.
Yeah. She's from observation. She seems most again. You don't have like access to her. Like you could, if any of you have computer skills, you could hack into the school and find more info. But just from their previous team's observations, they don't have access to her school file or grades or anything. But from what they can tell from observation, the class she enjoys the most, as she's always rushing to it, is painting. As I said, she does study also fine art and sculpting and stuff, but her favorite class seems to be painting. She is obviously with Italian descent. She is a Danish student. She is not native German. And that's it. Unless you have any more questions.
I can't think of any, unless maybe if anyone else does. You can also.
I'm just trying to. I think Zara is trying to gather clues as to what sort of magical powers or like magical inclinations she might have. Trying to figure out based on her experience.
Yeah.
If there are any clues she should be looking for.
You can then give me a. Sorry, sheet. You can give me a your choice. It will change the DC depending on what you pick.
Mm-hmm.
You can go for deception, diplomacy, intimidation, or society. Society would be more a by the book. What have you reported? You're asking agents.
Yeah.
Society would be more a by the book. What have you seen, observed, and reported? While deception, diplomacy, and intimidation is more trying to get his personal thoughts on it.
No, I think I think it's gonna be society. She needs the facts.
Yeah. So
he's already also said that he does not believe there's anyone stalking her, and even though some of the other team members does.
With that roll, the facts are she is non-magical, with some unknown percentage of supernatural bloodline or heritage. And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
He is also like, what you do get for free from this though is that he is also like wink wink nudge nudge. Seems like no one knows the facts. Wink wink nudge nudge, as if like, yeah, this is clearly classified.
Yeah.
Oh, very little facts for a someone who's under observation, isn't there? Hmm. That kind of.
Yeah. You know, it would be nice though to notify us if she's able to level a city block by sneezing or something like that. But I'm guessing they didn't tell us, so probably not something that disastrous.
I would hope if it was that big, then there would sense. No offense, but better teams than you and I.
Yeah. But they are sending more people than normal though, which is concerning.
You know, higher ups always like to shit down on us smaller people. We are still fresh.
Yeah. Although it's not like Direwolf has too little going on for them to just throw their teams away on stuff that doesn't matter. So, I'm thinking there might be more than meets the eye to this.
Yeah, gets a bit distracted as he starts typing something on his watch. Sends it. Sorry? Yes, yes. They say we are undermanned, but then they send a whole team just to watch a little teenager. Is
Yeah,
baffling.
my point exactly.
I have been
Bit of meta information with the map. There is some reserve guns and ammo which you can use, but it is expected that you obviously leave it here for the next man when you leave. But I am going under the assumption that like a lot of this stuff, like the guns on the table and stuff, is actually your gear. So it's easy to grab. It's not like stashed away in your packs, right? So a lot of the stuff in the room, I'm just assuming is your gear. But there are, as I said, there are also like, there is, for example, a long-range rifle. If none of you have one already, there is a long-range like hunting rifle with a scope. But again, that's in the locker, and it's like expected that you leave it there when you leave when you're off the mission.
Yeah.
Rental gear.
Yeah. Rentals.
Yeah.
I already have one, and even if I didn't, I couldn't have taken
No.
it because I'm a tiny little person.
You could perhaps live inside of it, but that's the most
Yes.
use you could get
Yeah.
out of it.
Not that tiny.
We being asked to watch over pre-adolescent human individuals does not seem that unusual. In my introductory training, I was informed of a Lisa Abe who was a perpetually pre-adolescent. Is this not right? And he looks to Zara.
Yeah, didn't act much like it though.
And an individual of great power, from my understanding.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Oh,
Why you ask?
you're speaking of the what's she called, Yusa. Isn't it? Is that your name? Yeah. Historical figure.
It's so weird to hear people refer to her as that.
Also of
I mean,
this
she is
denomination, Italian.
I cannot remember. He is a god, no?
Yep. Sarah
Stands
says
to
that
reason.
she's just disassembling her rifle.
Yeah, Diego looks at Zara a bit weird because, like, for everyone else in this room, this is a historical figure that they've read about in the history of Direwolf, and for you, it's just like reacting a bit strange for like
Yeah.
a person from the history books. Like, so he just looks at you a bit weird and like, are you not religious? You do know the gods are real.
Religious? Oh, yeah, I know Lissa. I've met her.
You've met her?
Yeah, before she became a god. Well, she was always kind of a god, I guess, but godlike, I guess is the word.
Oh.
Yeah, because he stood upstairs with Kaito, so he just looks at Kaito with like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm just like sharing a look with you
Yeah.
because like, yeah, Kaito knows her, but like knows of her, but mostly of like the whole Orochi her
Yeah.
being part of the fight thing. It's like
You
ha.
you also you do know Kaito, because you do know that Honda had
Yeah.
met Lissa, right?
Yes, yes. I'm
So
aware. Yes.
Kaito does know Honda's met her, but I also imagine Kaito sees Honda as this semi-superior being in and of himself, because he is very like spiritual, he's very high rank. So like having a high ranked Shinto priest / commander in Seimei, having met her, isn't a big a surprise. You don't know anything about Zara, so having her met Lissa is a surprise.
And all
I
of this
mean-
is said with the casual nature while doing other things,
Yeah.
like while just busily fixing her rifle.
Hmm.
Did you meet her in the Unseelie? Because like that's kind of
Hmm.
what I'm remembering meeting Sarah in the Unseelie. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Huh?
is
What?
that where you met her?
No. What? No, I worked with her. Let's not get into this, can we? We have another,
You-
person that we need to learn more about
Okay.
before going on this mission.
I take back everything I
Okay.
said about us being little shit kids that the superiors poop on. We apparently have a celebrity in our midst.
And she just stops and just looks up at him with this like cold, like dead stare, and then just looks back at the weapon and continues disassembling.
No,
It-
she's still quite tiny.
He turns to Kaito and whispers again. Maybe by work with he actually means she told her a package. Secretaries work with people as well.
She doesn't smoke. Zara just
I
says.
chuckle.
Anyway, Silver
Actually,
is
she doesn't do anything unhealthy or fun.
wondering where I am, so I better go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for showing us around. We will. I assume we have gotten like the notes of like where they've been
Yeah.
stalking her from, or like keeping an eye on her from.
Yeah,
all of that.
that's in the schedule as well. Like
Yeah.
her schedule has like her timetable when things she usually does, and it's also like it says good spots around.
Yeah. I'm assuming like we have probably a couple of good spots for her apartment
Yeah.
area as well as the
Do you have a
university.
car available?
You do. He is gonna the car he drove you in is like an electrician truck thing. Electrician's van. He is leaving that, so he hands you the keys. He is heading off by other means.
Yep.
Right, he's training back to the
Ryu,
airport.
get the keys.
Yeah.
He also teaches you there is an enchantment on the car, very minor one. Gives you the phrase, which lets you change the logo. So it's a different electrical company each time. However, you should only do this in the garage, as obviously it's very visible, and it does take some time. So you can't do it on the run, but you can do it between days.
Yeah. Just so that she notices that it's not the same electrician's van that keeps popping up. It's different ones.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of electricians needed for various parts of the city.
I mean,
she's
Munich
coincidentally-
is a very big city with a lot of people, so it wouldn't probably not be that surprising seeing an electrician van parked.
Also, any of you, please tell me, when did you last actually recognize an electrician's van?
Yeah.
There's a reason we're using that electrician's van.
Yeah, it's confirmation bias. Like, the only time you notice one is like, oh, someone points it out, and now you see them all over the place. But if you're not expecting it, you don't remember that. That's the whole point, as Luna says. It's the whole point. Those common things you don't think of.
But yeah, I say we look at the schedule and see where we should start trying to look and also get an idea. If we're not quote unquote needed, we should still
No,
look at all of the different spots.
Yeah. So the flight from London to Munich is not a long one, which means it is still quite early in the day. So she would be at school right now.
Okay.
Let's go pick up some lunch and get to the school.
All right. So, do we want to run just back support on this, or do we want to have someone, up close?
So yeah,
We can't be
just
too close.
just so that you are aware, there are many ways for you to like keep an eye on her. It is a modern setting, so obviously you can use your imagination as far as that goes. But I'm just saying, you don't have to necessarily sit in the van, all four of you, with binoculars.
Oh yeah, no.
You-
I was thinking like if I could find like a good place where like we could have like a cafe or something.
Yeah.
I could sit outside on the street,
Yeah,
looking
but,
like I'm having lunch.
yeah, but also like it is a university, and like I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but when I was at university, I didn't know everyone. If a random person just walked through the university grounds, I would have no idea that they were the students. So you can also literally walk around the area. You can also, if you have the possibility, hack cameras. I have specified before that some things like the scry spell works through cameras. So if you want to try and be creative with magic, you can do that as well. There's many means for you to keep an eye on her. That's all I'm trying to say.
Zara is going to basically be Overwatch with a sniper rifle, and like on a roof. She's gonna find like she's gonna have like a little blanket or something. She's gonna throw over herself and be like on a ledge somewhere, making her basically very difficult to spot.
Yep.
As she's going to like just peer through her scope and keep an eye out.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, continue.
No. And then on occasion when her shift is in the van, she's also going to be brushing up on the real world technologies. She's been using a lot of tech from Zealy, and the OS and software there is much different than here. So she's taking some time to kind of read up on manuals and trying to do some courses to learn to use computers here properly.
Based on what we've discussed of Sealy and their technology before, I imagine like Sealy OSs are the complete opposite way of engineering. So they are literally user interface first, and then they've programmed the functionality around like the buttons and interface, which is often horrible. Often it's like, oh, it looks really nice, but it doesn't do anything. While in real world, it's very much the opposite. It's usually the programmers who make the software, and then some designer has to go and make it look good.
I think why Sarah has gotten good with or decent with computers in the Sealy is that she's just been like, she's impatient. She just rips essentially the command line access and just starts doing things manually. Like she's like, this is too slow. I'm just gonna write down the commands for it and do it manually. So she's just learning how to do that with real life computers.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just looking at the semesters of actually German semesters, and they're trimesters. Actually, so I would suggest me and possibly Rai to kind of just go in and look at campus, kind of look at like, okay, where are the different buildings and stuff, and just like pretend to be a student.
Do any of us speak German?
Nope. But like we can be international students.
You do know there are a lot of nationals here.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. I was just asking.
Yeah.
It would be practical.
Yeah, it would have been practical.
It would.
So yeah, I will pull us back over to this map then. You can drag out yourself individually, I believe, or we can just use the party one. Does anyone know?
Trick to stay with the van anyway. He doesn't have to.
Yeah.
But
then
if he
I think
gets
it's a good idea.
I think it's Drake has training in covert missions from his background.
You do.
From the whole "Let's conquer the Earth" thing.
Yeah.
So he's not useless. But yeah.
You do know
It's
Wanna
good to have
remind you
someone
part
there.
about that.
similar to the bus that you came in session 0. This does have enchanted windows as well, so you can enchant it to look like no one's in it, and you can be sat at the front looking through the window. Strike. But what you do know is that it's much weaker. It only functions in a short duration, and also obviously you don't want that enchantment active while you're driving, because that would look very suspicious. But it does have that enchantment, so for limited times you can sit in the front and out. There is also espionage equipment in the back, like a directional mic and a binoculars kind of thing. In the back of the van. So yeah, any other espionage if you want to like plant bugs or anything, we can all have it already. If not, it would be in the. But that is still up to you, actually. If you want.
An idea would be to try and plant that in her apartment.
Lamer, could you do me a quick lore master favor and find out if there's a University of Art in Munich? If so, where it is. If not, just find a general university, because they would have art courses.
Oh, they do have one.
So you do that, find it,
Academy of Fine Arts Munich.
Yeah,
Would that do it?
That would do it. Put the party on it, so we know the location. If anyone knew else,
Move the party token.
What?
We can't move the party token. Give us permission, I believe.
How do I do that? Prototype token, I guess. The party hovered by owner. But you all were owners. You know how to do this, Alistair?
Honestly, no. I've not used the back-end stuff. Of
Can you
this.
just?
I thought it was possible to just move it.
Thank you. That'll do. Just
somewhere over here.
I found it here.
Yeah, you found it? Nice.
Akademie der Bildenden Künste München.
That sounds right.
Yeah, like
It showed
there.
it, yes.
No, I can't move it.
Academic Building of Art
there.
in Munich. That's what it sounds like it's translated to. That sounds good enough for me.
Yeah.
So, if anyone else of you want to go and do other stuff, like, for example, that you wanted to plant a bug in her room, you could do that while she's at school.
Yeah,
I think that's a good idea if one of us did that.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm a tiny little thing.
Yes.
Yep.
You would have the easiest time to do that.
So she doesn't live on campus. She lives a bit outside. So I'll just try Zara out as well.
Actually, is it okay if I'd bought? I probably would have bought thieves tools or brought thieves tools.
Yeah, that's fine.
I actually do have thievery and stealth.
Over here. You are currently on top of her building. We will do that a bit later. I just want to know what the rest of you are doing. So let's start at the top. Kaito, you and Rai wanted to go to the campus?
At least I wanted to do that. I am asking Rai if Rai wants to join. Or Rai can choose.
Sure. As long as no one starts asking me about art.
Yeah.
You could
pretend you don't understand German and move on. Or you're busy.
Just
move on.
Yeah, I mean you two can luckily just do the classic. You two talk in Japanese walking down the hallway. Hopefully no one will bother you.
Nihongo
Basically, I want basically to learn the layout of the university. I don't need maps and stuff for this. It's just like Kaito want to just do a check where the places, what are the classrooms she's going to, because that should be publicly available. I know like my university does have that available. If I know her classes, I should know what rooms they are in.
Yeah, you do. You do have a blueprint as well. If you want, you can just imagine a university.
Yes.
You can just zoom in on Google Maps if you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do know the classrooms and stuff, so you do.
So, keeping yourself around the area of where she is, like the classroom she's in.
One thing that does
Kind of would be good.
happen as you're walking through the halls, one person does stop you. However,
Mhm.
yeah, you can both give me a perception of this. You're looking at this. It can be public.
Hidden? Public.
Doesn't matter. I will. Kaito, you basically just see another student. Stops you. Rai, you notice on her bag, and probably on her, maybe one or two on her uniform as well. This person has things attached to their bag and clothing, which clearly identifies them as what you would consider a weeb. And you can quickly tell as well, because this person stops you by saying konnichiwa in a very bad accent. And they try speaking. Try speaking to you in Japanese. You can barely make out the words they're trying to say, because they have the complete wrong version of the words and grammar. The words are technically like correct, but it's like they're speaking in future tense to a younger person, but you are clearly older. It's like it's all wrong.
I beat up my Japanese and go into a heavy Kyoto accent.
Yeah. They obviously don't know what you're saying. They are like, that's beyond me. they're trying. They're weeping out. Kaito, how do you react?
I put my hand on the shoulder and say "Gambare."
That they understood, and they're super happy. They have no idea what Rai said, and they leave. But they seem like they seem like you just made their day. They spoke to a real Japanese person, and not just their pillow.
I mean,
Wow.
Kaito is also clearly a teacher while I'm a student.
Yeah.
Yes, Kaito is 20 years my senior.
Yeah.
I don't look 20 years your senior.
No.
You're telling yourself that.
I mean, I'd say you're both like on the edge that you could be a very young teacher or a one of the older
we have
students.
established that Kitsuna stop aging at like mid-20s till they hit, you know, the late hundreds.
Yeah, and then suddenly they're an old lady. It's like all anime characters, right?
You know the kind of adult where like you can't tell if they're 25 or 35.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like
That
you
kind of
could
adult.
pass off as a slightly older student, like a senior, or you could pass off as a young teacher. Like it's.
Yeah.
I mean, Kaito is clearly not a student. He's in a full suit and tie.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. But anyway, yeah, you that's the one thing that happens. Other than that, your little exploration goes unhindered. Before I find out what you actually want to do with this, I will go over to Crike. What he is in the van. Is there anything specific you want to do, or are you just watching everyone coming and going?
I guess. I mean, that's what he's told to do. Remember, Drake is really good at following orders.
Yeah.
He's been told to stay in the car and watch anyone going. So I think that's what he's gonna do. And we'll see if that gets him into any.
Ask you to like look at anyone that's like out of place.
I was
like,
just gonna say
non-human.
I was just gonna say that because Trike, you were asked to keep an eye out for suspicious people. Now Trike isn't the most versed in human personalities and stuff, so what you identify as suspicious might vary from everyone else. I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah. I think I think he is worse than everybody else because I mean it doesn't really, or actually not. I think he would be able to identify if anybody is kind of acting professional because he has warfare lore. He do know how to conduct a covert operation of this style. So if anyone is kind of on this level, he would probably notice them. He would be able to notice them because there's just certain way you do stuff.
Yeah. So,
but people that blend, people are just weaving around. He wouldn't like. It wouldn't ping anything on him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I know the party sheet says your senses, but I'd just like to ask a quick. I know Trike has his resonance, psychic resonance. Zara has heart sight. Yep. Is there any more like special observation stuff that you guys would have? Let's call it that. But very broadly.
A sec. I have shape changer's intuition.
Yeah. Which see through disguises. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have anything actual, but again, I'm a metal and fire kineticist. I am specifically attuned to metal and fire.
Yeah.
So if someone is actively using illusions against me, that's the thing.
Yeah. And I'm half air elemental.
Yeah. Okay, then I know. I was trying. Yeah, how you react? We did. Zara, let's go to you then.
Yeah.
So you were on the building. So you have several options to get in. There does have a window, and obviously you can go through the roof access, get into the hallways. How do you want to do this?
Well, if there is ventilation, basically taking advantage of her petite size.
Yeah. You can go through the ventilation system, though it will be harder for you to navigate because obviously you don't have room numbers or anything then.
Yeah. There's also the trying to just scope out if there's like a loose window on the outside that I can barely make a crack in.
I'll tell you one thing already because you know this from her file. You do know her room number, so if you were in the hallways, you could obviously just read. If you're on the outside, you do know what her window looks like the floor and location, because there are you have from her file there was a picture from the outside.
Yeah.
So you can easily find her window as well. Checking because you can easily just fly to the other side of the street. When no one's looking, you can fly high and at a you're good enough at stealth, so you can easily manage to cross when no one's looking. And then you can see her window. You can roll me your perception. Probably a society. Okay. So you find on the other side. You do find a little, the little black casings that you put a camera film in?
Yeah.
Like the old school non-digital. You find one of those on the roof on the other side. You're pretty sure it's not from DIREWOLF, because DIREWOLF is fully digital now. Their espionage. So you're pretty sure it's not DIREWOLF. And it seems a bit odd that there would be an empty camera film case on the roof. That stands out to you. Other than that, you do see that the building is looks like it is It's not specifically a student building, but it seems like 90% of them are students. It seems like whoever owns this building is renting it out to students, even though it's not like an official student dorm. And you do see one of the room next to hers is free.
Okay. I think I will try the window. How high up is it? Like, is it in the?
He's on the 3rd floor.
3rd floor. Then maybe get in through the free room and then out the window there, and then trying to get to her window and then use thieves' tools to unlock the window if it's locked.
Mm-hmm.
To like shimmy the lock on the window.
Yep. You can easily do that. You can get in. I want a you can get into the neighbor's room easy. No one is home, so you make your way in. If you want to then like sneak along the edge of the building to open her window, I would need a stealth and a thievery. And I will also say that if you fail the stealth, because this is fairly easy for you, if you fail the stealth, you won't get busted, but Zara will realize that now is not a good time.
Right, and yeah.
So there's no.
Yeah, I will.
No risk.
So.
On that.
Cool. Good.
Yeah. So now is not a good time. It's a bit too many people out on the street, so you can abort plan.
Yeah, I think I will. I think the one thing though, for clarity's sake, because this is further away from the campus, so I think once we've got the two close support situated, I think Triek, or I would have told Triek, okay, let's go and plant bugs. So Triek would probably have driven me here and be like in this in the nearby street, yeah, waiting for me. Because I think then I am going to hero point so that we get this done ASAP.
Yep. Yeah, you can have if Triek agrees to it because he was given then opposing orders.
Okay.
That's up to Triek. Would you?
Well, I mean, you can.
Roll persuasion against my will save.
This wasn't This wasn't just like a Zara thing. I think this was her. She didn't just do this on her own. She was like, "Hey guys, we need to plant bugs. You want me to go and do this while you get set up at the school?"
Yeah.
So this was probably discussed before you guys went out.
The problem is, Triek can't drive the car because if he turns the enchantment on, it looks like no one's driving it.
Yeah, but he has disguise kit. Nobody's gonna look too thoroughly at that when.
That's true.
He's got his disguise on.
Yeah, that's true.
There's also the tiny
drive a car.
Yes, that's the thing. Because we've established that if you're kind of native to Earth, like driving a car, you just handle it. Everybody can do that.
Then I don't think I'm doing this because I'm not walking the streets to get up to where she is. I'm not taking public transport. I need.
I'm assuming we dropped you off.
Yeah. We have time for this, right?
Yeah, you could have dropped her off. Dropped Zara off. Also, it's like Munich is big enough city that there's like the buildings are tall enough that you can hop from roof to roof when it's safe to fly over.
Yeah, all right. Then I am going to hero point then.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Wow, the hero points are legendary. Also, why is it still showing my armor check penalty? I don't have the armor on. That's weird. Oh, I think I know why. Because I have the medium tactical vest.
Right.
Let me try and roll that again.
Yeah.
So you mean it's 11 and not 10 then?
Yeah.
I am going to have to call a break here though, because I really need the bathroom. And I think it's time anyway. So I will.
It is 24 minutes until the normal one.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Yeah, let's take it early then. We will have a quick break here then, another 10 minutes, and that will also give you guys a chance to, now that you know the mission, to think a bit on it.
Yep.
And bear in mind as well as DM, obviously, if you guys don't have any ideas or anything you want to do, I will. But
Yep.
I'm leaving it a bit open for now so that you guys can try and improvise a bit and explore the situation. But break time.
Yep.
10 minutes. Bomb! Oh my god. Oh my god, I just got flashbanged to death. What is this? What is going on? That was me!
So I'm activating my little bot.
What's the range of the bot?
120 feet.
What the fuck? Sniper bot much?
Yeah?
But this is possibly the worst paint job I've ever seen on a piece of Lego. If it even is a paint job. If it's a decal, that's even worse. Let's see if I can focus on this. Because this is... I mean...
I see you climbing up there.
I'm just looking, dude. Come and get me, Storm, you bitch. Cannot harm me. I'm a pharaoh. I don't even know what rain is.
This is like...
Oh fuck! Are they going around the island to our ship? Uh-oh.
That skeleton is coming on land. Whoa.
Oh my god! Help me!
What?
It was on me!
That.
Oh, he's... okay.
Tayo, you need to repair.
Whoa!
What happened?
I don't fucking know.
What happened?
I don't know.
What happened? I swung around.
I'm in a.
He rammed us!
That was ramming?
Bomb! Oh my god. Oh my god, I just got flashbanged to death. What is this? What is going on? That was me!
So I'm activating my little bot.
What's the range of the bot?
120 feet.
What the fuck? Sniper bot much?
And we are back. So, let us start with Zara,
Mm-hmm.
you are currently in the neighboring apartment. And
Because you said that it was available, right? It wasn't like used.
no, it looked like someone's living here, but it's empty and the window is open.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No one is home. Doesn't look like someone lives
Mhm.
here, but it's yeah.
Yeah. So it's my staging area. Mm-hmm. Then one thing I want to think about then is how the cloak of shadow interacts. It doesn't. No, it just lasts for a minute. It doesn't. It's not worth it. So the first thing I want to do when I get into this room is I'm going to do detect magic.
Hmm.
Because I now prepared that.
Nice. Presence or absence. You ignore your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, you detect nothing. No magic.
Okay, good. Then I will basically, I think, do like I said last time, except I'm going to. No, I don't think I need to go too hard on this. I think this should be easy enough. I'm just gonna go out on the windowsill, look around to make sure that I get a clear, that nobody's explicitly looking up, and I'm gonna make myself into a low profile and kind of like crawl almost. Like, since I'm so tiny, I actually have the width on the windowsill to do it, and I'm gonna go over to the other window and like peek in.
Yeah.
And use a shimmy to open up the window.
Yeah. Roll that thievery.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I don't need that. There we go.
That's fine. You you managed. It's quite an old building, so the lock isn't the most advanced. So you basically just slide a lockpick like under the edge and manage to flick up the lock the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Lets you get in.
And she just mutters to herself, "Gods, I miss my invisibility." Because remember when she was Rask's familiar, she was able to go invisible at will.
Yeah. Something you lost in death, sadly.
Yeah, exactly. But I gained a soul, so hey,
Yeah.
bonus. Yeah, so I go in and I'll be careful and check around for any. I want to check if there's any other spyware here already.
Yeah.
Be like very cautious and sort of try and remain hidden while I do so.
Yeah. You can then roll me a. You can roll me a perception or a deception. Deception would basically be like counterintelligence, right? You know where to best hide things, and so you're using that.
No, I don't have high counterintelligence. I have high intelligence, so I'm going to use perception.
Yeah. You want the hero point?
Yes.
Actually,
for
if you ask, then yes.
I think this would be a face fortune actually, because I think that is more correct to use on this particular one.
Also, yeah, we had a break, so everyone can add a hero point.
Yeah. We just need to feed Thomas more coffee so we get more breaks and more hero points.
Face fortune, once per day you attempt a skeleton can have roll. You have, well, you roll, but yeah. I'll allow it. But remember, in the future, that's advantage, not a reroll.
Yeah.
But I'll allow it. I'll reroll it for you. Reroll and keep new results. That was a natural one, so I'm guessing one regardless. So yeah, you look around, you check like all the usual places, like under the desk, in the drawers, under the lamp, inside the lampshade. You check all the classic places. You do not find any bugs. Looking around the room, it seems like a typical teenager's room. There's like a couple of posters of bands on the wall. You have noted that you are slightly interested in music, and but this is like, yeah, this is an 18-year-old girl's room. It's not quite your taste of music.
No.
But there are a couple of band posters. There is like a mirror with like a box for jewelry and makeup and stuff with like, and there's like some stickers put on the mirror frame, that kind of thing. That's typical 18-year-old, I guess. There is when you're looking for bugs, you do find that in her sideboard next to her bed. In her sideboard next to her bed, you do find a diary.
Juicy.
Read it.
You do find a diary. No bugs. She does have, obviously, she has a lot of paint supplies and art supplies. There is an easel with an unfinished painting that she's painting. I will let you roll. It's a bit abstract, but I'll let you roll a craft if you want. I mean, everyone's trained in it apparently. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think also I've established that Zara is kind of fascinated by art.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. It's good enough. Yeah. It actually kind of hits you with a bit of a pang. You're searching around, you kind of ignore the painting, and then once you're like, okay, nothing here. Look around, like, teenager room, and then you like look at the painting again, and it kind of hits you like a big slap in the face, because you realize it's a painting of the Unseelie. At first it was like, it's an abstract nature scene, but then when you look again, it's like, no, that's not abstract. That is a painting of the Unseelie.
Pre or post capitalism?
Post. You can Can
I roll Phalor?
You can roll Phalor. Yes, Phalor. Perfect. I was gonna say geography, but yeah, Phalor is perfect. You tell it is Zara has been there, so I'm just gonna say it straight out. It's Rockmount, the town north of Skydwayham.
Oh. What was remind me, what was that place about again?
Dragon?
That was the that was the Dark Elf place where you had the dragon stuff. Eventually you went a bit east of there and met the monks. In Rockmount itself is where you fought Azaki's father.
We found like a heart or something.
Yeah, you found the heart and the eye, and one of the pieces of the book. That's what happened there. That's where Azaki's father was. Because he was a drow, obviously, then. Now a dark elf, not a drow. Yeah. For reasons. But
I think
that's
Zara gets a little bit like... You described it quite well. It hits her, and I think she gets like a little bit stuck daydreaming, like thinking back, and like just stands there for a long time, just staring at the painting. And sort of thinking about that time and feeling this weight.
You can also clearly tell that there's nothing supernatural about the painting. You can clearly tell that. Also, you did detect magic. It is a painting from memory. You see, like, there are some things like, I was sure that building was taller, kind of thing. But which could be inconsistencies because it's painted from memory. But you clearly tell that, that is Rockmount. She has memories of that town. Painting it like.
I think as she's sort of standing there staring at the photo, just with this mix of longing and regret, I suddenly, like, a fog of shadow starts to spill from her, and her cloak of shadow begins enveloping her. She goes, "No, shit, not now!" She's like stressed out about this happening, and she looks, "Oh shit, fuck!" And she looks around, and she starts to stress about placing the bugs quickly and getting out. So I'm going to
just-
try and
yeah.
basically play some good bugs, but
You
I
hear-
think she considers the journal for a bit, but then doesn't want to.
Yeah. As you're like stressing out and hiding the bugs a bit, you do hear a knock on the door. And sorry, are you in there? Dunk, dunk, dunk.
Who did you?
Sorry.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think Sarah just shit as she tries to place some discrete bugs.
You realize the person left. You heard like walking down the hall. But yeah, you hide some
And,
bugs. Give me a secret deception.
Stealth? No, or because that's normally how you
You
hide
could-
what you
yeah,
use to
you-
like hide objects and stuff.
You can yeah. I figured stealth is more like hiding it when people
Because
are.
deception is charisma.
Yeah, you can because I feel like stealth feels more like a hiding when people are there observing, while a deception is more like I'm gonna put it under the mouse pad because no one will look there, right?
I mean,
But
thievery could also work.
Thievery could
'cause
also
that
work.
might be used
Could
for
also
sleight of
Basically,
Yeah.
hand as well.
basically, I don't see how my charisma would help. Essentially.
no,
in
it is a
hiding
yeah,
something.
it is a fair point. It's just the wording. I feel like it's not. Yeah. But yes, because yeah, you can use I feel like it is more of a deception thing, because you're trying to put it
There's
somewhere where no
literally
one
a
will think. But
conceal an object.
yeah,
There is a conceal an object action.
yeah, go ahead, use that. That's perfect, and I guess that would
And
be
yeah, that is
stealth.
stealth.
Yeah, okay, go ahead then.
I don't know if this does it secret because it does it secret automatically. Nice.
Okay, and I know. Did you want to leave as well?
Yeah, because of the that incident.
I'll
of,
just
being
I'll
knocked
just do
on,
a
yeah. And
D100. Yeah, it's pretty safe.
She's
right
also
now.
very uncomfortable. She's also very uncomfortable with the cloak appearing, so
Yeah.
she wants to get out of here.
It's pretty safe now. You managed to go straight up onto the roof without anyone seeing.
Yeah.
Then we go to the next team.
She's just gonna wait for pickup.
Yeah, then we go for the next team. Back to Rai and Kaito. So you had been exploring the school a bit. You're pretty confident, having found all the classrooms in which she attends, and as good agents, you've also like noticed the closest exits to each of those, and closets and everything that you might want to know. Is there anything else you wanted to do in the building? You are muted, Kaito.
Yes, I forgot. I mean, this was a very good preliminary thing that we did.
Mhm.
I think from now I would also just try and start keeping an eye more on the student body if anyone else seems like suspicious in the way like we are following this girl. Is there anyone else that's students that are acting a little bit out of the ordinary?
Hmm.
Kind of
Then
deal.
you can roll me a perception or society, or if you have lied to me or anything similar, obviously you can use those.
Let's see here. Probably gonna be perception. Let me just double check my feats.
They're hidden. of course.
No. Hidden
I
perception.
am also rolling a hidden perception. Because apparently I'm really great at perception rolls, even though I have the worst perception score.
So you're like hanging around a bit. You're good enough agent to manage to like find like an alibi, and you would be like searching for or like walking around and stuff, and like when you think it seems a bit odd that you're walking the same hallway multiple times, you actually like stop and like look at some trophies or whatever and start discussing in Japanese, obviously. Like, you're good enough to manage to fake the reason you're there. What I'm saying. You do think seems to be like some person that might be following her or something, but then between classes when she comes out, they seem to be best friends. It's like yes, she was waiting for her, but that's because they're friends. So it was just a false alarm, basically.
Okay.
But other than that, you don't spot out anything now.
Okay. I will shoot a message on the smartwatch to like everyone, probably like a group thing of like any news or update, kind of. All good here.
Yeah, so you have Zara, to answer your question, you have one available. One spy can. You'll have to pick.
I think she had originally intended to put it in the apartment, but I think she's just too uncomfortable with spying on a young girl. So she's gonna point it out towards the actual like street to see if anyone else is spying on her.
It seems much more important to see if we can catch the people that was on the other roof.
Yeah, exactly. So it's basically to see, because then you can see if there's a repeat of cars parked outside. You can see people coming and going, that kind of thing.
Yep. Do you want to place it a bit down the street so you have both roofs and the street?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you will have slightly less quality of the feed, of course, but you will get to see if there's people there.
Yeah.
That's fine. So you manage to find a taller building. It's not too far away, so the camera has both roofs, and it has at a bit of an awkward angle, but it does have her window, and it has the entrance to her building.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. You set that up, and then I will go to Trike. Trike, I want you to roll your perception. Again, you can use any kind of lie to me feats or anything if you want to try and.
I'll use
if you have
all
anything.
my lie to you feats. Yeah. What am I rolling perception for?
You are observing unusual activity on the outside.
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
You are observing unusual activity outside.
Yeah. So perception?
Yeah.
No, deception?
Perception or deception, it's up to you. Hidden.
Okay.
It takes a while, but you do notice two things. Mostly because you crit. In the good kind of crit. You do notice two things. First off, you do notice there is a shady person. Because you've seen them wandering back and forth a couple of times. At first you thought maybe it was a teacher, because you know that that's a thing. They have public mentors, which mentors several trainees at the same time, aka a teacher. You thought it was at first, but then you notice that this person doesn't seem to be attending classes. Also, this person doesn't seem to go to the because you know the layout of the school, you know the blueprint. They've never gone towards the staff areas. But it is.
They look like someone who should go in there, but they don't.
Yeah. And clearly, like an adult, not like an adult, is an adult. Male, human, clearly adult, has like not a trench coat, but you know the black like suit coats You have over a suit. Yeah, they are very, very clearly suspicious. You don't know what. You're not on the inside. You don't see their activity on the inside, but you do see them walking around. And during one of the class breaks, because all this espionage that you are doing is over a period of time, not just an instant. So, a bit back and forth in the timeline, but so during some of the breaks and stuff, when she goes out for lunch, sits outside in the camp, like the grounds, having like her lunch stuff, you do notice this person is far enough away that most people wouldn't suspect it, but you do see, like, he's on the opposite side of the school grounds, but he does have line of sight of her, and you notice this. You notice that he is observing her.
Do I have some way of grabbing a shot of this person? Not
like I know what you mean. Yes, it is like you don't. I said you have like a binoculars, but it's probably actually a camera, which is your binoculars. You can take a picture.
I will take a picture.
Mm-hmm. Also, I almost forgot. In fact, I did forget. Remembering now, I do have a picture of the person that you are observing. Her name was.
Because you had the splash.
I had a splash. So here's her splash.
Oh, she's Storm. Greetings, fellow student.
That's not suspicious at all.
I had to use the in joke.
Well,
yeah, I did say she was tanned with white hair. So.
Wait, so he's seeing her outside while we are seeing her inside.
No, as I said, time is a bit back and forth. This is during the school day.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
So you were like following her and observing her between classes indoors, but Trike spotted this during the lunch break. Like as I said, time is a bit fluid right now because you're observing her throughout the day.
Is this like over several days as well?
This is still yeah. Let's say that because it makes.
If it is over several days, we would have gotten Sarah.
That is true. No, yeah, we're still on the first day. You've had a good first day, I guess.
I mean, it's not impossible either to hand wave it as doing it in shifts.
Yeah.
To keep a continual watch on her.
But
anyway. Did we just show us her? Or did you show us who were watching her as well?
I don't have a splash for him. But he is he is anonymous, but like he is actually really good at being anonymous and out of the way, but you crit. So you clearly see that he is in disguise. Sorry, I just accidentally drew one of my markers off my hotbar. So I was gonna click it, but then I started talking about something. There it is.
Yeeted it off.
Yeah, I just yeeted it off because I clicked the mouse and then I started dragging because I was talking and didn't want to release it. And then anyway, it's back, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, you notice this. As I said, you also notice one other thing. Your psychic resonance picks, even though you're not trying. And it's does your psychic resonance have a role?
It's an exploration activity that functions similar to detect magic. So if that one does, then maybe. And then I can do a psychometric assessment, which also does not have a role.
So
no roles.
You sense a presence. Basically, the detect magic part of it triggers by itself, and you sense a presence. If you want to do the assessment, you can.
But I have to have the object touching. I don't understand how this works.
You don't have to. I'm saying you don't. I'm saying you're allowed to do the assessment.
Let's
He's
assess
giving you
it.
shit. Take it.
I will
Take
take it.
Run.
Oh.
You can give nothing back.
Take it.
Yeah. So you are spending it. You're basically just like you feel the tingle, and then you just like lift your hand and like do the concentrate. Even though it's not an object, and you do. You feel a very strong negative emotion. You don't take the damage though, but it is a negative emotion.
From where?
From the air, from around you. You can't quite place it, but it's triggering. It's triggering you. It's like as if you were, as if the truck that you're in had been used to kill someone.
Bad vibes
had been run over someone, and you're touching the truck, or like the gun you're holding, or that you have, has killed some very many bad people, and you're touching it. You don't know. It's not a specific object, but you are getting the sense that you are touching something that is death. And it does feel very, very weird for you because it's not supposed to work like this.
Yeah.
It's like the air itself is death, and that's.
But it says maybe you're just giving me a variant of the information, but I'm just saying that psychometric assessment. You spend 1 minute concentrating on the object to get a vision of the face of the person who imbued the item with such emotion in the first place.
The face is you do get a face as well. It is a vague face because you're not actually touching the object in question or a object. So it is very vague, but you do get a vague face. It's pale. We're assuming it's bald, a bit sickly maybe. I'm not sure if it's an old person. You don't know the race, but you do definitely get a pale, bit gaunt, like thin face. Other than that, it's like 2 eyes, a mouth. It's standard humanoid, but you don't know the race.
I shake myself and I look. Is the guy still there?
The guy is still there, and then suddenly it disappears. The feeling, you're back to normal.
Quickly, look for anything else.
Well, if it's gone, whatever it is gone, right?
From your observation through like just looking out the window and looking through the camera scope, nothing else seems to have changed. Just the feeling passed. The guy watching her is still there. He's still eating her lunch. Nothing else has changed.
Also, I did send a message to everyone. How are things going?
Yeah, we will get to that soon. Because as I said, time is a bit back and forth because I'm not doing all of you at the same time. So, yeah.
Well, to lean into that, I assume that we're still just supervising or observing. So for now, Treek has taken the picture. He has made like a note to the experience. He'll probably share this with the rest of you. But he's not one that's like something super bad. We must go out and find it now. He's more like a
take notes.
Like pay attention if this if this comes back, might be something important. For all I know, this is just something that goes on in Munich.
Yeah.
But he's definitely on like more aware of that kind of stuff now.
So yeah, you did send a message, so the others of you are aware that there might be a stalker because the man you mentioned at least on the messaging. And Zara has said that she's planted some bugs and a camera observing the street interior. And those two of you in the school didn't sadly spot anything out of the ordinary. So, some time has then passed. You have all managed to share your information. I assume you take like a coffee break in the truck or something. Actually, wait, one more thing on the way back. On your way back, hopping from roof to roof to find a safe location for pickup, Zara. I want you to roll initiative. Just Zara.
I can't roll initiative.
Oh,
You have
right.
to, actually, maybe I can do. Yeah, yeah. You have to do an encounter.
That's fine.
Yeah,
As while you're on the roof, out.
Is Sarah getting hunted by a pigeon?
Yes.
Not the pigeon, but the pigeon killer.
I think she just looks up and is like, "We meet again, foul beast."
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's so good.
it swoops down and tries to attack you. It is literally just a pigeon though,
Mm-hmm.
but it is gonna make a talon attack at you. Actually, I want to target you first.
It's a humongous pigeon.
Oh, you're doing a lot of secret rolls now. We can't see.
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
going
I'm
on.
sorry. I was in blind mode, but yeah, it has Talon Strike. I am also gonna hand wave a lot of the rules because I'm not actually using this stat block. But a 12, I assume, is a miss.
Mm-hmm. It is indeed.
And it is your turn. There is a.
Well, that is 12 damage, not 12 to hit.
I revealed
Because it
the
auto
yeah.
rolls damage.
Revealed the wrong one. What is your AC? Actually, I have it here. AC is 18.
18.
Then it is a hit. But you can take half of that because it's not Giant Eagle, which is what I'm using. You can just take half.
Yeah.
It is
So
a
yeah,
pigeon,
the eagle.
but you are tiny, so it's a bit big for you.
Yeah. So as it
So actually,
comes,
actually, you're about
swooping-
the same size. We found out you're the size of my forearm. You're about the size,
Yeah.
same size. You're a bit bigger.
As it kind of swoops in, I'm going to, with its claw, she goes, "Two of us can play that game, you cheeky little pigeon!" As I'm going to cast Gouging Claw on it.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Let's see, piercing, attack.
Hit. All damage.
25. Is that potentially a crit, considering the fact that it's a pigeon?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to bite back. It is a crit, and
Is that if
you gouging Cloyd, and it is like severely wounded, and it just flees like nobody's business. It's
yeah.
You have made an enemy of
she-
pigeons
she,
this day.
Yeah, she goes like this.
Yeah.
If you ever come back here again, that's gonna be much worse, I tell you. So she like brushes herself off. Ah, fucking city pigeons, so goddamn cocky.
And yeah, you managed to find a location which is safe for pickup, and during their like coffee break, they rest come and pick you up.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to share all your information and plan the next steps. You do know that she is in her last class of the day before she will be heading home. Before she would be heading home.
Okay. Do we know how she normally heads home?
Bike.
Okay. I was intrigued by what by the person that was stalking.
Yeah.
That might be stalking. Tarek saw. So I would suggest at least one of us stay around the campus until she leaves to make sure that he doesn't keep stalking her.
We should start with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
Considering
it seems to be pretty sure that someone is stalking because you did find a film things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, considering the evidence we have, I think we might want to keep an eye on this stalker.
Yeah.
And prioritize this as much as keeping an eye on Zoe herself.
Yeah. I would say someone need to probably listen in on the bugs later when she's in her room to see if she knows anything. We need to make sure she doesn't get jumped, but we also need to keep an eye on this. So
Oh,
Who would be good following him?
another piece of information that might be relevant.
Yeah.
She's from the Unseelie, or at least I believe she is, or at least she has knowledge of the Unseelie, particularly a place called Rockmount, I believe.
Out.
Yeah, it's a place for Darrow, I believe they're called.
Right? Do you know
and
about this
dragons.
place?
I have not been much in the Unseelie, unfortunately.
The part of the Unseelie would have been in is most likely not that. It's most likely Skywayham or the certain areas of the Unseelie. So yeah, he would not have been there, right?
So follow the guy and keep at least somewhat of an eye on her. Possibly we probably have like a setup in the van that we can see both the web camera and listen in on the bugs at the same time. So if one of us do that,
I'm not sure if the
and at
van
least
would
one of
have
us
it
follow.
because it's not that high tech of a van. You have the equipment you need, but you wouldn't have the cameras. But that would be in the base, in the
Okay.
safe house. You would have this.
I would suggest one of us do keep an eye on that.
That's probably like off shift. The person who's like off shift.
Yes,
like,
is one off shift that rests. Keep an eye on that.
Should we also try to figure out who the stalker is?
Yes.
Let's put some resources into that.
Zara says, back in the Unseelie, I would be able to put this into some sort of database and have an image recognition software, run for facial recognition based on the photo and trying to find if there's perhaps any known association
A
with
reverse
this person.
image search the image Drake had on Google.
You find like stock footage of generic business people because he's just wearing like a dress jacket.
Yeah.
Right. He looks
it
very
was worth
normal.
a try.
Yeah, it's worth a try. But
I mean, if this is some sort of other agency, maybe we could have Direwolf look into it.
Yeah. I do believe we have access to Direwolf support staff. We wouldn't be prioritized, but we should have a possibility.
That is a good point. Let's put that into a question. Also, if I could get close enough to him, I could find out if he has some kind of magical transformation.
Yeah, that could be useful.
I mean, you should be able to get close enough to him while we're still on campus.
Yeah, just walk past. I go towards a bakery, get food, go back.
Yep.
This person seemed very well trained, like they knew what they were doing, and if I were in their shoes, I would probably be very wary of being detected.
Well, yeah, but my detection is a natural ability of mine, and I can still. It's not like I need to touch them. I simply need to be within 3 meters.
I'm not saying that it's not a good idea. It's I'm just saying we should not to do too much.
Very well. I would still like to do that back and forth, and then we'll keep on stay back and try and follow and afterwards. So let's delegate, I guess, in general, our new priority and jobs. Just like, since we're probably gonna go back into like a bit of a timey-wimey section again. So we have a new idea of who's where.
I think also I can I like patch in the audio and like the spy feed stuff to my phone, and like because then I can be in a backpack traveling with someone, so that I'm closer to the action if something.
No, I think you would need to hack it to do so, and which means you would need computer lore because it's not something they allow out of the box because security reasons. But
right.
Yeah.
True.
You could like as I said, you could attempt to bypass Direwolf's security on this, but you would need some training.
Yeah, I have not. I have not studied the direwolf protocols, so I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Yet. I will
But
figure it out.
then, yeah, I think we have an Asia plan. So if we want to try and do that before their day ends, I guess.
Yeah. Let's priority is figure out who this stalker is, I think, and then just make sure we have eyes on her as well.
Start by following the stalker. Figure out what they are doing, what their plan is.
Mm-hmm.
And send
But we
in-
still need to keep an eye. One of us needs to follow. So.
I'm also going to. Send a text to a certain accountant and be like, "Hey, how's things? You know, hey, we have an image of this guy who might be another agent. Could you have a check on him? Maybe he is one of your guys. Just to, give a little touch in with that.
We also send one to our request into DIREWOLF for facial recognition.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I will probably do one of the try and do a pass back of just.
Yep.
A pass, go around the corner, go around, so I don't go past him twice. I just go past him once, just to see if my thingy pings.
Yeah. Yeah, I read it.
Yeah.
I do want a deception from you though, to know like how well you are masking your own, or stealth. We've established. Well, no, I guess in this case it is actually deception, passing off as when you're not supposed to be, but hiding.
Yeah.
So it is a deception.
Okay, so this is not for my actual literal disguise, especially I'm trying to.
Yeah, no, your actual disguise as Kitsune is not. This is just you pretending you're supposed to be there. Yeah.
I want to reroll if I have to. Is that a reroll? Did you say sorry?
That's a reroll. I can do it though.
I talked at the same time.
Your point.
Yep.
36. You got a natural 20. I usually won't say the successes, but I feel like 20s are fun to roll, so it's not that fun if you don't know that. Yeah. Yeah. That as well. Let's see. His rolls. So when you walk past, you is Rai with you, or are you walking alone this time?
Walking alone this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You barely notice it. As you're walking past, he does not have any kind of shape change or magical disguise, which you get from your intuition and the other one you posted earlier about illusion. You don't get those, but you do tell that he is wearing a disguise. He does have like a fake mustache and beard. It is not like it's not like the cartoony fake ones. This is good. This is like theater level, like not even theater. This is a movie, right? It's very good, but you beat it. But so you can tell that that's not his natural beard and mustache. It's like a really good made prosthetic kind of thing. It is good made.
Yeah.
He is wearing glasses, but it is not like shades or anything. It is like Walter White from Breaking Bad, right? The big round reading glasses, kind of. And he has, as I said, he has like the jacket we put on outside of a suit, like a posh, nice long jacket, like a long coat. And he does have like a hat, not a fedora, but like that kind of hat,
Polo?
like a nice business hat. But he's obviously not wearing that indoors, but he has it like under his arm as he walks past you. He puts that on whenever he goes outside.
Good.
So he has a very good disguise. He doesn't seem to notice you at all as you walk past. He has no reaction at all that you spot, at least. You're pretty sure you're safe. You do get, as I said, you get a bit of a better look at him, but don't know if that'll help you identify him because you notice that, as I said, you notice his beard is it won't help you identify.
Basically, if we lose track of him and see him without his disguise, it's not necessarily so that we can still recognize him.
No, exactly.
Okay. I kind of move around the block and like back into the car.
Mm-hmm.
Go, yeah, he's a stalker. Well-crafted one, so this is not like a jealous boyfriend. This is...
Okay. So, who is gonna keep an eye on Zoe?
I'm not exactly the sort of person you want stalking, out and about.
I think we should probably figure out who he is working for. And
Yep.
there are two ways of that. We could take him out, interrogate him, and dispatch him, or we could trail him.
I think trailing is good for now. We don't know if he's working alone. If he gets taken out and is that noticed by someone else, there might be trouble for. So
Trailing him is currently the best.
okay, who's trailing
and
him?
should
Who's
we
trailing
note-
Zoe? I guess.
Should
yes,
we
sorry.
also notify Magnus?
I have sent the information to DIREWOLF and then also the text to the hang on, what was his name?
Any FYI, when you say
to Paul.
Yeah, unless like when you say just to Direwolf, I'm assuming it is via Magnus because he is your handler.
Yes.
If you say anyone else specifically, then I'll treat it as such. But if you just say Direwolf, I'm assuming it's Magnus.
Yeah.
As for Paul, FYI, he's a Kingmaker, so he's not Direwolf.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That was the point.
Yep.
That's why I'm sending him a message.
Sarah is intentionally leaking sensitive information.
Yep.
No, it's just a photo of a bloke out and about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell us
Listen.
you did that?
No, because it's leaking sensitive information.
Yeah, so we don't know.
Yeah, you don't
okay.
know. Okay.
Just making sure.
Yeah. Making sure everyone's on the same playing field.
You
Or not.
little...
And she doesn't want to cause an incident with the Kingmakers if she can help it.
So yeah. After you shared all your information and you come back, Kaito.
Yep.
You realize that she should be leaving soon.
Yep.
And
One of us is gonna track her.
Yeah. So you do notice, like just lingering around a bit, you do notice that he is not too far away. Like he's not close to her, but now that you know that you're looking for him, you can clearly tell that like, oh, he's actually 3 blocks away, but he is facing like this direction, and like he's good at his job, but you know to look out for him while you're all seeing it. So, you wanted to stop.
I would say one of us,
Yeah.
one of us stay behind to track him, see whether or not he's gonna go somewhere else or go after her. We need to be aware that there might be others that's with him that's tracking her, and we need to follow her. I guess it's the 3 things.
We need to follow her, but in a way where it's not obvious to him that we are also following her.
You know what? I am going to try and what if I take the bus along the same route and try and keep up with Ish.
Yeah, I mean you're obviously the one
maybe-
best
maybe
at
I just-
trailing her in the social.
Yeah.
Maybe I just spaced out and we already covered it. But she is biking home and we
Yeah.
could take the land, but we would be driving so slow it would be suspicious. Right.
I can take a bus or I can take this probably city bike here.
I can take a city bike.
I'll go. Okay, you guys figure out who is gonna trail the guy.
You
Well, I
trail the
figure out
guy.
if Moonhair has city bikes.
Thinking we split in 2, so Sarah goes in the backpack with you,
Yeah,
and I take Treat with me in the car,
sounds good.
so none of us are left alone. if anything happens.
Yep. So just for quick, I assume you're gonna like park around the corner from your apartment or something. Then where's your destination in the car?
We are tracking the we're tracking the stalker.
Yeah. Okay. Tracking
In the stalker.
Yeah.
Yeah, the car is tracking the stalker. Me and Sarah are. I'm getting a bike. Apparently, there is a call a bike thing, so I'm calling a bike. And
Well, for this tracking in with the car, can I aid in race driving, which I expect that to be, with my deception or stealth?
Yeah, you can. Yes, I'll allow it. So you basically like Rai is keeping you up to date while he's driving, like telling you stuff, and you can be like sat with like the map, for example, of Munich, and be like, okay, we should turn left here so that we avoid this area, and we can come back because we know that he'll be going down this street. You can be deceiving.
and just reminding Rai, to drop back because you're probably getting too close. You don't want that. Keep,
yeah, you can do that. One thing that you do notice, then I'm just going to do a bit of a fast track here because we don't need to do it step by step, but she takes the long way. She rides to her favorite bakery, picks up some food, that kind of thing. Goes to a cafe, picks up a coffee to go before heading home. So she goes a bit like back and forth, or not back and forth, but she goes like the long zigzag around the block kind of route to get home. While the guy you're following is taking the direct route. And you can tell that he is going straight to where her like apartment is. He's going on foot, but even though he's going on foot, you and him will arrive before her because obviously she's going to the store and stuff first. That's the 8. Yeah, that is definitely a +1 to your driving. You don't. Actually, yeah, with that, you don't need to roll, because you can drive, and Trike is providing you with the stealthiest, most incognito way of doing so. So, like avoiding, not always following him, but like sometimes when you know that he's on a straight road, you can circle around, and suddenly you're in front of him. You can wait for him to pass again, that kind of thing. You are. Kaito.
Yeah.
Your illusion sense equals a bit at one point.
Oh.
Interesting. When she's in the cafe, she's not far from her home now. She's in the local cafe, picking up a coffee to go. And so you're like, okay, you probably shouldn't go in because that'll be a bit too suspicious. She might have spotted you at the school. So you're like around the corner somewhere, and that's when it triggers. That's when you notice like there's some illusion magic teaching. Can you paste it again?
Yes. I had that one
Yeah, that's the
and
one.
that one.
So I did roll for this, and yeah, you get the. It's not really a saving throw, but yeah, you definitely sense there is some kind of illusion going on near you.
Okay. I kind of stop in a way that, I need to check something in my backpack kind of deal, and kind of open up a little bit on the top of the bag to look into Sarah. And kind of just something's up.
Yeah.
Illusion somewhere.
Around here? Around someone?
Look, this
is it the area?
Yeah, it's the area.
Location.
My detect magic isn't precise enough to try and narrow it down more than yours. So let's have a look around, shall we? I don't really want to get out of here. So just keep the backpack open for now.
What I possibly will do is we can wait for her to leave, and then we can go in and buy our own baked goods, and then catch up with her later.
This might be an enclave, so be on the lookout.
Yeah. So we do that.
Yep, you do that.
Can we look up if it's an enclave? Non-enclave?
Yeah, you can ping that. Like Direwolf, you can ask for anything. So without needing to go into like every detail of every single known supernatural in all of Germany, what specifically do you mean when you ask for enclave? Like, if there's
basically like yeah, like a group of supernaturals that have set up a place where they're safe and are allowed to live.
Yeah. So
in peace and have like charms and stuff to hide their.
So one thing you do know is that Germany has a lot of strong Fae presence, similar to like Ireland, and that it's one of the hotspots of where there was a lot of Fae influence back before, like in the Dark Ages and stuff, when they could walk around a bit more publicly, and because of that, it's like there's still a lingering presence. There's still like strong ley lines and all that kind of stuff that makes them like popular places for stuff to come through. You know that Germany is very rich on the Fae presence. Sorry, I'm zooming back and forth. I realized it's controlling the stream as well. You do know that, but you also know that due to like modern stuff, most of the Fae who are still allowed to live here, most of the enclaves and camps and settlements and stuff that are sanctified by Wolf are outside of cities. Also, most of the Fae who kind of never left the material, like as close as you can get to native of Germany, would then have like they like don't really like modern side of things, so they usually go and live in like the castle areas and stuff, closer to the rivers. And I mean, I guess you are in Bavaria, but yeah. So, but they usually live out more in the countryside. You do, however, get back a message that there is a wolf or like a wolf sanctified bar in Munich, where supernaturals are allowed to gather in true form, which is protected, similar to the one we met in the Japan campaign, like a bar like that, which is, but it is sanctified by Wolf. They allow it to exist, and they do like yearly checkups on the wards and protections. However, you do know that that is also on the west side of town, just past the castle.
Yeah, so this ain't it. This isn't
wrong. It is the wrong area.
Yeah.
Bakery run by a Nadi that has a ward to protect their look. Yeah.
There might be one person in there that is, you know.
Yeah. So you do know that there are supernaturals in town, but so that it still might be that, but there's no sanctified like buildings.
No ones we know of.
Yeah. There, yeah.
Okay. So just.
But as you're checking this on message, Kaito, the feeling passes. Illusion is gone. And based on what
I look around immediately to see if someone is moving away from me.
Based on what Trike mentioned earlier, it seems similar to the feeling he had, a strange feeling that probably shouldn't have been there, and then it just disappears. It just goes. It's kind of similar to that. Guessing it might be related. You do look around. Apart, unless there is a customer with the strongest disguise, you can't really tell. I mean, people are walking back and forth on the street. There are customers coming in and out of the cafe. It's hard for you to pinpoint it.
Okay. I make a note on that before we continue.
Strange happenings about.
Yes.
So yeah, the car people. You notice this man, Stalker goes into the building opposite, which you would have predicted. And I assume you don't follow him in. You're in the truck, van.
We stay in the truck for now.
Yeah.
But on the same side as his roof, so he has a hard time seeing the truck.
Yep. I assume like a bit down the road as well, so you're not straight outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
But close enough that if he like stays hidden from the road and looks at her window, he can't see the truck.
Yeah.
If we get far enough away, he can see us in his peripheral vision.
Yeah, you park there, and the rest of you, first off, you got you in the truck. See her eventually arrive, getting off her bike, taking it inside, like a bike room on the inside. So she takes it in through the door, and goes in. A moment later, she the lights come on in her. Well, not long after, Kaito arrives on the outside.
Yeah.
You recognize your own van, obviously. You recognize it a bit down the street, and it's up to you. Want to get in the van or?
Okay. No, I would suggest one of us go back to the base to listen in on the bugs in the room.
Yep.
Yeah.
So since we're still out, are we far away from the base or base?
No, it wouldn't be too far away. It's not like that. She was in. It was here. Here's the campus. So your base would probably be just down here, a bit closer to the outskirts of town. It's still not that far away, right? By car, that's like 5 minutes.
Okay.
But you are just outside.
I would say we buy bicycle, go there. So in case the guy on the roof moves, we have a car to follow.
Yeah.
That would be hard for Trike, though.
So,
I mean, he does have his disguise,
mm-hmm.
but bear in mind he would be biking around outside in his disguise.
No. Like the bike with Kaito and Zara goes to.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah. So yeah. So.
But the car
right,
with Rai and Trike stays.
Yeah. Okay. That stays in place. That's fine. When you're at the HQ,
so we keep the same team.
Yeah, you keep the same teams. That's fine. When you are outside I have to. When you're back at the base of the bike, I said that's where the screens are and stuff as well, so you can also see the overview, and the truck. You see like your van, and you see you also have comms now, constant comms, because you have a radio in the car connected to the HQ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can talk freely. Also, you do notice throughout the night that yes, every now and then, someone comes up on the roof, slightly different disguise. He probably doesn't have his coat on, that kind of thing. He might have removed his beard. It's hard to tell though, because your camera is further away. You definitely see someone up there, and you can gather it's him, and you see him like checking binoculars towards her window and then going down every now and then. Seems to happen once every hour, roughly. He doesn't stay long. He just comes up to check, kind of. But that's what you notice. One last thing before we end.
Probably sleep on Switch as well.
Yeah.
By the way.
We definitely sleep in shift.
One last thing you do notice before we end the session is on the bugs you planted. two things stand out. The first one is at some point someone knocks on the door. She answers. They talk a bit about school, and then the other person says, "Were you home earlier?" No, I've been at school all day. Huh. Try to throw a shadow move under your door.
Yeah.
And then she just says, "I must have just been a cloud or the light, something. I mean, my curtains were open," and I ignore it. But then a bit later on, she sounds like she's on the phone. She calls someone. She says, "Hey, uncle, how are you doing?" You obviously can't hear his side of it. It's probably isn't her phone. So you don't hear the other person's side, but she talks to her uncle, and she mentions, "I think someone was in my room. You have a look for me." Oh, okay. Well, could you maybe send someone or ask your cousin? No, it's not happened before. Could be, but I'd rather be safe. Thanks, Uncle. Bye.
So Zoe at the HQ goes like, "Ooh, yeah, sorry about that. My shadow sort of spilled out a little when I was at the apartment. We might have to go and grab the bugs
Possibly.
before the uncle arrives. Maybe."
There's
do
one thing I want to
something.
try and do before
Yeah?
we finish. I want to try and just social media stalk her a bit, especially
Yeah.
Do
like
a
she's young.
Pyrion?
I wanna check Facebook and see if like I can see her familial.
Yeah. So
Size.
the obvious things is she seems quite private on the internet, not very active. You don't find like an Instagram. Doesn't seem to have any Instagrams or anything. You do find her Facebook page, but everything is set to be. You have to be a friend to see. You can attempt a bit more digging, but then it will need a roll. But like the obvious like Google her name kind of things doesn't seem to have much of an internet presence.
Yeah, I figured, but
It would be a society, I believe, for just trying to dig deeper without actually hacking.
She's in art school and doesn't have an Instagram? This is unrealistic.
She's because she's a hipster
Yeah, she's a
artist.
classical artist.
I am untrained in society. Can I still roll?
Yeah, you can still roll. This is not a trained thing. It's just this is your Google skills. Anyone can Google.
Yeah, not everyone is trained in Google.
So yeah, just what I said. Not very technological.
Yeah, it's okay.
Everyone can
but
try.
I guess like in the
if you all want to try, you can all.
I guess
do
like in the evening report. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just saying everyone else can roll. Continue, Paul.
Yeah. I was just saying in the evening roll, I'm probably gonna mention that conversation to Magnus because, like, clearly he knows things we don't. So I might request if he has information that he can deem relevant for us to know.
Yeah, I think we probably tell
request information.
We probably send Magnus the recording of the phone conversation.
Yes. And then like request information for like, is this information important for us to know? / do we kind of we know someone is stalking? Do you know if this person is a threat? Because like if that is an allied entity that is also stalking her, like why would we be her? But you know, if not, do we think they are dangerous? Do you have reason to believe they're not? So.
Yep. And the response you get from him is next session.
Figured.
So
Do I get a response from Paul at all?
Next session. I do know what he is going to say, but it will probably lead to more discussion. So I'll say that for next session.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we have.
I have a slight feeling that she's drow.
Yeah.
I will.
There is no such thing as drow.
I don't know. What is this? Draw? She does draw, if that's what you know. Yeah. Let's see, we have some post-stream stuff, but first let's wrap up the stream. This was a bit of an investigative session, setting up something. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for the follow. Yo, Setius. Thanks so much for the follow. Thank you for watching Marius. And yeah, we will discuss again the time, the next session off stream, but we will be back probably in 2 weeks. Meantime, I will probably be streaming on the weekends. That is my regular now. And yeah, with that, thank you everyone. And we will see you next time. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I think.